Nursery rhyme in a pint you'll find, a brew to suit both heart and mind. Blackberry whispers and vanilla sweet, a jammy treat that's hard to beat. Boiled so long it's thick as jam, a sour sip, a fruity slam. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with another beer for you guys to review. And today it sounds like we're having poetry in a can. We are having Belly Blackberry by Coolhead Brewing in Helsinki, Finland. This is the first time I have anything from Coolhead. I only know them as a young craft brewery, but I saw this can, I was looking for something fruity, and you guys know that I love sour, so I saw this 8% ABV fruited sour called Belly Blackberry with a very cool label. And this is of course named after the Jelly Belly, the jelly bean candies. Yeah, it's an 8% ABV. Brewed to 23 Platos. I read that they boiled this for 8 hours straight just to get all that blackberry goodness in a jam-like base with a lot of sweetness. So there will be a lot of leftover sugars, I presume. And they actually matched that blackberry sweetness with fresh vanilla. So I am very curious. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Ooh, that is way darker than I expected. And also nice and thick, very dense. Just look at that foam here. First off, very, very dark, very murky, very muddy, well, jam-like, as they promised, so why am I so surprised? A nice red-brown color, which tells me that they did use fresh fruits, which is very nice. Lovely reddish, beigeish foam, nice thick foam. Now it will dissipate relatively quickly because it's already going down slightly, but it is pretty carbonated, I see. Nice small to medium density bubbles, but of course carbon dioxide and acids don't really mix, so this will be going down as we speak. But beautiful colors, very nice looking beer. The nose is actually exactly what I could expect. So again, I don't know why I'm surprised, but it really smells like jelly beans. Or like these Haribo Dragibus candies for my European viewers. Yeah, it really smells like that. Very sugary. Also very sweet, very fruity, slightly acidic, a tiny hint of vanilla in there. And pretty boozy. Once the foam dropped, the alcohol is released and it does smell quite boozy. So let's have a taste. Cheers. There's a lot going on. First off, a lovely, rather unexpected balance between sweet and sour. I expected this to be way sweeter. Now it is very thick in the mouthfeel. It is also a bit sugary in the mouthfeel, a bit syrupy. Again, jam-like. But flavor-wise, the first thing that I noticed was a nice balance between sour, between acidity, and between that jam-like sweetness. At second glance, second taste, that's when the blackberry flavors, the fruity flavors were released. Yeah, it is acidic, it is sweet, but it is also very, very fruity. I think that they used a fuck ton of blackberries, of fresh fruits. Also very boozy. Nice mouthfeel. It really, I want to say it sticks, but it's not sticky. It just sticks around. And the overall flavor in the mouth is, yeah, those sour blackberries. A tiny hint of cherry aroma in there. And that vanilla is ever so subtle. But a nice addition. I must admit that I am not the biggest fan of vanilla, but when it's subtle, when it really adds something to the whole, yeah, lovely. And even though it's quite boozy, it doesn't taste like 8% ABV, which is dangerous. On one side, I think it's a shame that this is a rather expensive beer, but this is, of course, a Finnish import. So if you're lucky enough to find it here in Belgium, maybe you're more lucky in the Netherlands. But if you're lucky enough, it is hella expensive. But nonetheless, it is very nice. It is a lovely surprise. And I think this would be an awesome base for some nice beer cocktails. Also a very nice aftertaste. The aftertaste is basically everything I just mentioned, but boiled down to its essence. Mainly that sourness with a tiny bit of sweetness left over, a minuscule hint of vanilla, a lot of fruitiness. I'm enjoying this way more than I expected, actually. Which begs the question, how should I score this? Now, I am not the biggest craft beer fan, but I also have nothing against it. It's just oftentimes not my cup of tea. However, this is a very cool example of what can happen when some creative minds work together and start brewing whatever they feel like. I like a fruited beer every now and then, but it's not my main focus, it's not my niche. I do love sours, and oftentimes things get called sours while they're not. I think this beer 100% delivers what it promises, which is a rarity in itself these days, because I got exactly what they promised, and still I was surprised 3 times in a row. So yeah, I think I am going to have to give this like a 3.5, maybe even 3.7. No, it's not enough my cup of tea. It's a bit too sweet to get a 3.75 or a 4, but easily 3.5. Yes, very nice. And I think maybe my first Finnish beer to review. However, that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching again. If you like this video, hit the comments, hit the thumbs up, hit anyone. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I upload something. And if you want to support this channel, share a video with some friends, spread the word, or join my Patreon, whatever. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Cheers, you guys.